I'm just gonna go wash my hands.
Would you be willing to take the food that is still in the hall and throw it in a spray so it doesn't spoil?
Yeah.
You're awesome, thank you. Are we good? Good evening, everybody that's logged in. We're happy to have you here for our 2020 banquet. Looks a little bit different, but the spirit is still the same. So our class of 2020 is out in the courtyard. You can probably see them in the background a little bit. They're finishing their dinner. So we're probably going to start presentations in about 15 minutes or so. So just kind of sit tight, talk amongst yourselves. If you have friends in the department that you don't think have logged in yet or don't realize that we are in fact live streaming tonight, go ahead and take this time to give them a call or text them and send them that link, because we'd love to have as many of you participating with us from home as we can. So we'll be back with you probably in about 15 minutes. Thanks.
Hey,
Hi, we're
did you
live.
eat?
We're live.
Number one.
We're live.
What?
We're live.
Did you eat?
I'm gonna eat later on. We're gonna do better and we're gonna have kids have their. Oh, garbage cans are not outside. Okay, we can do that.
Are you working late today or you just?
I'm a vested stakeholder in this project, so I'm making sure you guys kicked off okay.
You're awesome. You're awesome.
If you call me, you're doing what you call a
Yeah, well, there's this view that can guide itself across.
She muted, so yeah, she can get it on there.
Sure.
silliness even if I need it.
Eventually it'll be, yeah, like once you get going and start moving stuff on the screen, it'll understand like, oh wait, don't actually go delete.
I see. Oh, see, I don't want that. Oh. Cool. Okay. I should really just go in these settings and set this so that it doesn't go to sleep. Go to sleep after 5 hours. There we go. We got this. Eight. Thank you. All right, and you're good, we're working from this end.
Yes.
But first, we're going to do the whole, we're gonna read all of the students' names, or all of our viewers at home. This is just the senior envelope stuff. So there will be a couple in here that are not with us today, I think there's 3 altogether. Okay. That are not with us, so we'll just put them aside. But these are just the seniors. And there. Yes. Yeah.
I think if y'all are ready, you can go ahead and come on in and take a seat. I'll be honest, Sean, I have a stack of checks from the business office and I don't know whose I have.
Okay, are there reserved seats or do I just sit?
You gave me this questioning look, and so that's why I shared with you.
Okay. Bailey, that sits here in the middle.
Nice and
You sit there.
Yeah,
You sit right.
yeah, I wanna take a nice walk when I get any, if I get any awards.
Yeah. I'm going through everybody's chair, like, thank you,
Okay.
thank you, thank you.
Yes, I
Walking
did.
to every single chair. Yes, I did actually.
Oh, I forgot the live stream. Wait, where's the
I
camera?
know.
Where did I say hi to the
From
camera?
somewhere, I don't know. Oh, there it is.
Right there.
Of course.
Hi, message from our
Sit down.
sponsor. No, I don't want to sit there.
Hi, live stream.
Hi, Mom, hi, Dad, hi, W.
Hi, Mom.
Anybody remember that? I'll sit behind Billy Rose. That way I would be in the right.
Let's stick one of the 3.
I forgot this was like the 19th one. Participation. I think that's the only thing I'm gonna get. Yeah.
I haven't worn a suit in. I haven't worn pants in.
Go for it. Stand. Chair.
We get it, one ducking below.
Hi, guys. It's so great to see you guys. I can't put it in words. If I say I missed you, that's not even kind of an understatement. So let me officially start this. Good evening to our music department graduates from the class of 2020. Also, hello to all our EP performing ensembles and band, choir, and color guard groups that are watching this on an online stream tonight. Tonight is postponed from our original May date, but I hope it proves to be worth the wait. Since mid-March, our music department has tried and to continue the best practices we could in learning new skills, keeping our chops up, and especially checking on each other and keeping our music family vibe together. Many of you joined us in cahoots and discussions as we figured out what the immediate future would look like. I'd like to thank my students that gave it all, that old college try, because for you guys in the room, that's your next step, is to actually do that old college try. That's what your new expectation will be. This virus, Corona-19, will change a lot of perspectives on how we will get things accomplished, but it does not change the drive, determination, and discipline that is instilled in each of us, especially demonstrated by this graduating senior class. Tonight, we celebrate the talents and tenacity of our music department members as we present a somewhat revised version of our annual banquet. This class is special in many ways, and you can look back and kind of pay homage to all the music and theater mentors that got you to this place, such as Mr. Patchke, Mr. Sturgeon, Joyce Stonquist, Chrissy Putlak, Mrs. DeSanto, Stacy Cunningham, the instructors at the Merritt School of Music, Mr. Harley, Jason Mackenzie Kazin, Mark Rito, Mr. Hillhouse, Matt Kowalczyk, Larry Sidlow, our piano tuner, Ellen Machia, Brian Maloney, Mr. Messina, Mr. Madonia, Mr. Oliver, Tammy Petruzinski, Mr. Banuski, Mr. Oliver, Remus Padilla, Dr. Salmon, Mrs. Shabelsky, Mrs. Mooney, Mr. Sladak, Terry Lenz, Jen Dale, Mr. Kazin, Mrs. Kazin, Joe Storino, Mr. Dreyer, Mr. and Mrs. Zofke, and a bunch of people I probably missed out. The idea is there's been a lot of people to help you get as far as you did. Also, support from our principal, Mr. Sanderson, our administration has helped a lot. All these people inspired and helped someone in this room or on the screen in the last 4 years. I mention this as we felt from COVID-19, it's really hard to do it alone. We all need help at some point. I challenge you, the graduated music class of 2020, to keep in touch with one another. This music family is very strong, and it's a tight group, and it takes commitment, dedication, and determination. There are no quitters in this group, as you can attest to by all the four-year plaques that are over here. There are people who did 4 years in band and choir. There's just about 30 of you who did that. And they'll be given out later tonight. I'm so proud to be connected with this school and this group of students. And although going forward, I feel things will be different, I know if we work together, this department will thrive and even get to greater heights. The 2019-2020 music year had a lot of high points, from our prop crazy marching show, World of Tomorrow, to our district musicians, which led our all-state honors student, Liam Kanzler, to perform in Peoria, to performing grade 5 material in a contest, which I've never done with a band, and receiving over 100 superior medals at EPCHS Solo Ensemble. Even until the last day in school, where the Charlie Brown performance was taped, that endorsed a best performance accolade for Isaiah Blaylock from Broadway in Chicago. There's so much potential left in this group, and you're just beginning. The future looks very, very bright for you and our music department. I just would ask you that you believe in yourself and our department. I would like to leave you with some heartfelt sayings that I've overused over the 4 years. But I want to say it one last time in front of you. So in no particular order, it's better to try and fail than not to try and succeed. Look at your key signature before you play a song. Father Charles goes down in this battle. Battle ends and down goes Charles' father. D is in the middle of the 2 black keys. Please check your time signature before you play a rhythm. If you can say it, you can play it. Use a metronome when you practice. And finally, what you put into something, you should expect that. It's been my pleasure being your band director during your career here at Evergreen Park. I'm looking forward to the new group next week at band camp. And I hope you enjoy the evening. Stay safe, keep in touch, but not literally. Enjoy your night, and thank you. At this time, I'd like to bring up Mr. Sanders, our principal.
First of all, I want to thank everyone for this opportunity to speak tonight. Every year when I get this opportunity, I do get choked up. This is one of our greatest groups, one of our biggest supporting groups, one of our largest groups. Students are dedicated, they're committed, they're great academically, they're committed to their activities, and it takes a lot of pride, they take a lot of pride in what they do. On behalf of the Board of Education, Superintendent O'Malley, Curriculum Director Deb Schill, myself, and other administrators, we just want to say thank you for all that you do. We know that this is a different year. It has taught all of us how to administer differently. It's taught us how to be students differently. And I think when we get through it, we're all going to be better for it, based on learning just different ways to do what we took for granted for many years. So thank you again, and have a great evening.
Y'all have been following directions for 4 years, so we know you got this. And all of you went through, or I think all of you, I think you saw all of you at your graduation, right? Yeah, so here's your diploma table. Anything that we have for you, we put there, and you can see, take home with you. Make sense?
Yeah.
Are you cool? All right. Perfect. I'm gonna wake this up. We're gonna start with our participation awards. You don't need to see that right now. That's our list. All right, so when we call your name, go ahead and come up if you participated in solo and ensemble. Your medals are in here as well. If you think that you didn't get what you were supposed to in this envelope, you will not hurt my feelings. If you tell me so, and I will fix it for you. This is my first year with the activities hat on, so this is my first year of actually assembling this part too. So to the folks at home, as soon as we see you in person again, we have all of these envelopes ready for you, and we can't wait to pass them out to you as soon as we see you again. So here we go. In alphabetical order so that you can predict when it's going to be time to get up. Olivia, you know that you're first, right? Go ahead and hold your applause at least through the half of the alphabet when we switch gears so we can keep moving. Olivia Altape, choir and guard. Molly Alexander, choir. Eliana Ballflower, choir. Emma Vick, choir. Juliana Black, band. Sierra Black, band. Isaiah Blaylock, band, choir, Mads Miners. Angela Bosch, band and choir. Keegan Cassidy, choir. Leilani Cazares Martinez, guard. Madison Chandler, guard. Paige Sahaki, choir. Kerrigan Collins, choir. Vincent Colon, band and choir. Andrew Corona, band. Miguel De Arcos, band. Sinead Dugan, choir, Mads Miners. Jane Duran, choir. Elliot Douglas, choir. Liam Duffy, band, choir, Mads Minors. Sean Duffy, band. Cameron Dunlap, band, choir, Mads Minors. Alexis Elwood, choir. Callista Elwood, choir, Mads Minors. Michelle Esparza, choir and guard. Eileen Esquivel, band. Julian Flanagan, band. Elizabeth Floyd, guard. Natalie Galindo, guard. Ryan Galindo, guard. Aliana Garcia, choir. Jaden Gill, band. Allie Bleekus, choir. Marco Gonzalez, band and choir. Marsha Goodman, choir. Adam Radia, band. Leah Grundy, choir. Aiden Harling, band, choir, Mads Minors. Patrick Haythorne, band. Jamia Head, choir, Mads Minors, guard. Deontay Hemphill, band. Jorge Hernandez, choir, Mads Minors. Sean Higgins, band. Caitlin Higgins, choir. Mackenzie Hill, choir. Miles Hines, band. Taylor Hofler, choir. Austin Holman, choir. Brooklyn Holman, choir, Mads Minors. Gwendolyn Holman, choir. Marion Isaac, band, choir. Carlene Jackson, band. Nicholas Jacobs, band, choir, Mads Minors. Katie Jacobson, choir, Mads Minors. Isaiah Jones, band. Liam Kanzler, band, choir. Benjamin Knight, choir, guard. Brianne Lacey, band. Grace Leonard, guard. Maya Lopez, band, choir. Emily Luna, choir. Olivia Mankowski, choir. Biani Martinez, band. McKenna Mason, choir. Kelly McCarthy, band. Daniel McKendrick, band. Sarah Meyer, choir. Hope Mahalik, choir, guard, Mads Minors. Shannon Miller, band, choir. Molly Miller, choir, guard. Jasmine Monroe, band. Ian Moran, band. Siobhan Moran, guard. Jed Masalik, choir. Grace Murphy, band. Nicole Matansky, choir, guard. Let's give a hand for the first half of the alphabet. All right, continuing on, I'm not passing the baton. Madison Noel, band. Chris Acampo, choir, guard. Emmanuel Onyango, band. Alexa Padilla, choir. Grace Peart, band. Aaliyah Pope, choir. Danielle Powers, band and choir. Alyssa Purvis, choir. Nuala Rabbit, choir. Nolan Ron, band and choir. Kate Reck, choir. Connor Renierson, choir. Naylene Rodriguez, band. Leland Rodriguez, band. Amaya Rucker, band. Emily Ryan, choir, guard. Jonathan Salazar, band. Cynthia Saldava, band. Caitlin Salhaney, band. Brooke Scanlon, band, choir. Kelly Scanlon, choir, guard. Madeline Shaffra, choir, guard, Mads Minors. Julianne Shannon, choir, guard. Travis Siravicius, band, choir, Mads Minors. Shannon Sistrom, guard. Malik St. Clair, band. Deglin Sullivan, band. Matt Summers, band, choir, Mads Minors, Kira Turner, band and choir. Mateo Vela, choir. Ivana Vidal, band and choir. Annabelle Verbeck, band and choir. Adam Verbeck, choir, Mads Minors. Tristan Wagner, band and choir. Leela Washington, band and choir. Trinity Watson, choir. Bill Zarella, band. This is always the worst point in the banquet, whether it's live or virtual for me, because I have horrible nightmares that I forgot someone. I don't think I forgot anybody in the room, right? And profuse apologies if I missed anybody at home. I don't think I did, but if I did, we will rectify that for you. So I need a huge round of applause for the second half of the
Banquet tomorrow. Really cool show. It was the first time in my career that we had students actually work props. We always do have a parent group, and those are heavy props. And just to think that you guys had this, put those in the right spot every morning and put them away so that the class, kind of impressive. And they, you know, it took a lot of teamwork. So I just want to say that it was kind of a cool show. You know, I think it's all of our bucket list to make sure that we get to New York and we see where that place actually was, or still is, still stands. Right now, our National School Marching Band Award goes to a person who isn't here, so I just want to talk about it. Goes to a senior, and she received this because she was very versatile and she was really, really crucial in our marching show. She played in the pit, and she also played clarinet, and our National School Marching Band Award goes to Jasmine Monroe. Most improved marching band member goes to the section that is the most persnickety about horn angles, and that's the flutes. So our most improved marching band member goes to Annabelle Durkin. We already know the winner of this, but she put up quite a show during our South of the Stadium concert. Our George Parks Memorial March-Off winner, Angela Walsh. And we really need leadership. And I think our percussion section really took a big step this year because of the two captains that we had. Our drum captains this year, Sean Duffy and Bill Zarella. And finally, keeping up with all of you and all of me are our drum majors, who have to get there early, put up the podiums, and make sure everybody gets to do what I want them to do, even though they might not agree. And that is Brooke Scanlon and Andrew Crone, our drum majors. I'd like to.
Okay.
I'm going to now turn the program over to our color guard instructor, Mrs. Katie.
Okay, so you'll be happy that I'm speaking words and not yelling counts out on the field. You can actually hear my calm self. I just want to recap the fall season first. We had a strong start to our fall season. Second place at STAG, and then just tenths of a point away from our Eisenhower competitors for first place. So that was awesome. Our next two competitions, we placed best in class and finished the season with a very second place finish. That was our toughest competition of the season, and they really couldn't have had a better run through. So I'm extremely proud of you guys, and you guys should also be extremely proud. Winter, had we been able to finish, we would have been just as strong. We started out with a third place finish at TF South, a fourth place finish at Naperville Central, and a third place finish at Downers Grove. I also want to say thank you so much to the parents who helped transport equipment, those who supported us in and out of the stands. We simply can't do what we do without you. Thank you to Ken, Amy, the music boosters, and the EPCHS admin for the year-long support. The transition into the music family here at EP was seamless, and that's because of you. I have never felt more at home directing a program. So now what you're all waiting for, the awards. Successful seasons start with successful leadership. So I do want to recognize our junior captains. First, Hope Mahalla Convention Night. Our senior captain, Siobhan Moore. said, that's up to the members of the team to decide who wins. Some awards I feel need more coming from your peers when you are elected for them. So the first one is the most improved, and that goes to Michelle Esparza. The second award is the Mustang Performer Pride Award, and that award goes to Kelly Scanlon. The final award was chosen by me, and this is a performer I have watched for over 4 years. I'm so proud of her, and I look forward to seeing what she does in the future. Siobhan Moore. This is the National School Color Guard Award. That's all.
All right, next we're going to go to districts, but before we get out of marching season, I would like to make sure that I give a shout out to Mr. Olivia. Gil made the set pieces that you guys had moved, so they're heavy. It was Gil, but they did not fall and injure anyone in the windy fall season, and I know he was really worried about that. And we also have a lot of hand trucks because of it. So again, thank you, Gil, for that. Districts auditions, I think are one of the best things a student could do during the school year, because especially if the music is kind of boring and we're playing a marching band, the district stuff is their etudes and there's a scale sheet, and a lot of people start, half of them actually audition. So with that, we're going to start with the chorus, the IDA 910 chorus. Michelle Esparza, Jamia Head, Travis Salacious, and Matt Summers. Through that, making IDA district choir, we had 2 chorus members, Isaiah Blaylock and Liam Dunn. We had 2 band members that made districts, IDA District Orchestra, Declan Sullivan, and ILDA District Band, Liam Cancel. So after districts, if you audition really high in districts, you get invited to go to All-State. But in All-State, what happens again is you audition again. There are actually 2 ensembles in All-State. There's the All-State Orchestra Choir and Band, and then there's the Honors Orchestra Band and Choir. Liam made the top All-State Honors Band. So.
On that note, to the folks who are watching at home, we know that there are a lot of things that are undetermined and up in the air in life right now and in the fall. One of the things that we do know for certain is that ILMEA is conducting their auditions. They're doing them via video submission to keep everyone safe, but that program is still happening. So if you haven't started preparing the district music, shame on you, please email one of us because you need to get going on it right now. All right, I'm off my soapbox, friends, sorry. All right, moving into our Music Booster Awards. At this point, we would usually bring up one of our booster parents, but I am going to speak on behalf of them and in appreciation of them today. Heartfelt thanks to all of our EP Music families who assisted in any way this year. Just being a performing arts parent is a huge commitment, And so many of you have gone above and beyond, even when we didn't ask. Special thanks to our entire Music Booster membership, in particular, for all of their efforts. Our officers this year were Aisha Cecil, Tish Moore, Mary Zofke, Christina Blanton, and Angela Miller. Thank you so much for your service. Can we give them a hand? Congratulations to our new executive board, which includes Mariana Chavez, Christina Blanton, Elvia Galindo, and Aisha Cecil. The board is still looking for a recording secretary for 2021, so please let us know if anyone watching is interested in filling that role. So can we give kids that are in the room, young people, sorry, you're not kids anymore, folks. Sorry about that. Can you give a round of applause, not just to our new exec board, but really to your parents too, because being a performing arts parent is not easy. And maybe some of you will experience that role someday as well. But along with all of the hard work and all the efforts that you put in, you know how important whoever is at home was to support you. So let's give them all a hand. We have a special surprise from the Music Boosters for our senior class, which you're going to have to wait for later. Cliffhanger, because now you have to wonder the entire time that you're here. That's why. You're gonna miss this, I'm telling you. All right, so the Music Boosters awarded 5 college scholarships this year. If you are in the room, please stand to be recognized. Isaiah Jones, Cameron Dunlap, Brooke Scanlon, Miles Hines, and Liam Kessler. Scholarships this year, which all were applied to our virtual theater camp that took place. If you're in the room, please stand. Shannon Miller, Tristan Wagner, and Matt Summers. On behalf of Spotlight on 99th, I do want to especially thank you, boosters, because the tuition for the camp was so greatly reduced this year. The boosters did choose to make a donation to the camp to make sure that it could help it could continue to run this summer. So I'm really grateful for their support there. We're moving into the conference recognition next. Just before I forget to mention it, our normal year in review slideshow that you would be watching during dinner has been created. We're talking a lot about the journey along the way right now. That's going to be shared on the music website at the end of the night tonight so that you will be able to enjoy that. It's in Drive, so you can even throw in, if you have some pictures that you never got to me, you can throw them in so that everybody can benefit from that. Also, the senior recognition PowerPoint that we're all going to enjoy a little bit later will be linked at the site as well so that you can keep that forever. Moving on to SSC with Mr. Kaiser.
With SSC, the SSC choir performed at Lamont this year, and all the participants did a wonderful job. They don't give individual awards out for the choir because they only give 9 out of 10, which comes down to the band. The band actually get nominated, and every school gets between 8 and 10 members. We had 9 this year, and the medals are going to go from Mrs. P, because they go off the table, and our SSC band recipients, which in the concert was really good. In fact, I think Liam said it was like his favorite performance of the beginning of the year for around here. So, on Barry sax, Sierra Black. On clarinet, Angela Bosch. On alto sax, Liam Duffy. On percussion, Sean Duffy. On trumpet, Adam Medea. On trombone, Liam Kanzler. On tuba, Eden Moran. On alto sax, Emmanuel Ngango. And on trombone, Declan Soul. Let's give him a hand. Now that was early January. February, we're working on Charlie Brown and we're working on solo ensemble. And the first week of March, come solo ensemble. No large organization this year because of COVID, but over 150 medals were earned at our solo ensemble at Rutgers High School. And over 100 of them, like I said before, were superior or gold. So please stand right now if you participated in solo ensemble. Your medals are already participation packets. And for the people who are live streaming, you'll get those in your participation packets when we see you when school starts. So right now we're going to jump to drama department. I think I will. So our drama department awards, we got our 2 shows in by the skin of our teeth, or sort of. Our first award is our stage debut award, and that's for somebody who hasn't done a show yet. And that comes out of Christmas by Remote Control, and it's given to Taylor Hope.
All right, these were tricky and a little unconventional this year, not gonna lie. The next one is the Audience Choice Award, which typically after the show season is done, we'll go and we'll talk to some of the teachers, we'll talk to my dad, we'll talk to other folks in the community, and be like, who stood out? What did you see? This one, we made an executive decision on, because only one show had a full audience. So, this award is determined by us as the person that people would have been talking about. And this is someone whose excitement about a coat hanger could never be matched. So our audience chase goes to Sinead Dugan. All right, Outstanding Performance Awards are next. There is an actor and an actress that received these awards. I'm presenting because, again, both of these do come out of Charlie Brown, as it was a show where you could only rely on 5 other people to get the job done. It's very different than any musical that we have done. It's the smallest musical I've done here, and we're not going to talk about how many years that's been. So our Outstanding Performance Awards go to folks who have left an impact on the stage for many, 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 many years for their whole career here, but specifically, this one's very special. So, Outstanding Performance for our actress for her portrayal of Lucy is Phyllis Elwood. Share a story with you before we go to the other one, because I was in Menards on Monday, and Menards by us has the little moving walkway that's the escalator thing. Can you picture what I'm talking about? And there was an elderly woman that was standing in front of me as I was going up to try to find the paint department, which wasn't upstairs at all. And of course, I didn't want to get close to her. I wanted to respect distance, so I went on my phone and I checked my email. And I got email from IHSMTA from Broadway in Chicago saying that Isaiah was nominated as one of their top 12 actors this year. The reason why this is special this year, more than most, is that kids in this program, and raise your hand if you submitted the application for this, because it's a lot of work. Go ahead and applaud for them. It's a lot of work. What you need to understand about why this is such a big deal for this year is that from September through March 13th, the judges were able to view entire performances from all of these applicants live. And only the last 3 weeks of the season, they weren't. And so the majority of the applicants, they were able to see live performances. For our show and those that happened the 3 weeks after, the judges could only base their decision on a 3-minute YouTube highlight reel of those best moments from the show. And so the fact that this award was given based on that 3-minute highlight reel is really pretty remarkable. To anybody that was involved with Charlie Brown, I applaud you for being able and willing and enthusiastic about making that last run through happen that morning, so that you did have the footage to be able to submit these things at all. So our Outstanding Performance Award for our actor goes to Isaiah Blaylock.
Now we have the Curtain Call Award. Curtain Call is the home shows. And there were a lot of kids in this room who done a lot of shows. But the plays and the musicals hold a little bit more weight than the summer does. And this person who's going to receive this actually learned a whole show in 10 days. Learned very nice stuff. Our Curtain Call Award goes to Lisa. And we have our Theater Mentor Award. This is really takes me back, as I've been doing theater since I was 18, and everyone knows I'm as old as dirt. So basically, I've known this guy for a long time, and he is probably one of the best theater teachers I know. He's one of the best human beings, because I see it, how he works with you guys. Our Theater Mentor Award goes to Gil Lee.
Thanks for showing up. I wasn't gonna be here tonight. But, wow, this is really, Ken and Amy, thank you for asking me to come on board. I don't know how many years ago, but it's been a blast. I was afraid of teenagers. I don't know you. I don't have kids of my own. I see them from a distance, other theaters and stuff like that. I respect that distance. But then I got thrown into it. And you guys are so great. It's such a blast watching you go from freshman year to senior year, not knowing a lot, and then senior year, I can leave you with whatever project I give you. It's just been a fantastic journey. This class stands out a little bit because it's probably our largest crew this year. Where are our crew members? Could you stand up for a second, please? Anybody who's worked on a set? Anybody who's worked on a set? Anybody who's stand up? Yeah, you worked on a set too. Yeah. Thank you so much. The word mentor means a lot because I've had several in my time, a little older than you guys. It's important to have mentors. You're not in it for themselves, you know, and you'll get a chance to mentor somebody you don't even know. Will look up to you and say, hey, how did you do that? How did you do that? And it's a really cool feeling to see something that you love to do, somebody else picking up the mantle and running with it too. So I thank you very much. This is wonderful, a wonderful surprise. Thank you. Okay, next award. Again, shout out to my crew. You guys have been fantastic. I really love working with you. Again, like I said, coming in freshman class, oh, I don't know how to do this. One person said, oh, I do. Okay. So I let the person go and show some other kids how to do stuff. Every year, it's been consistent. Go-to person. Everyone here expanded their talents in theater. Whether you do theater again or not, you'll know how to hang a picture, hang a shelf, paint a room, whatever you do. Maybe you learned that here. You'll take that with you the rest of your life, so appreciate that. But one person stood out for me from freshman year one, outstanding service, Mr. Brooks.
Okay. Sorry for the wonderful loading screen. All right. Moving on into our choral awards. These were all really difficult, kiddos. You need to know that because this is a huge class. And there are so many wonderful things that we can say about every single one of you and so many awesome, unique qualities that you have brought to the program to make it better. So just please know that on years like this where there are so many of you, we really, really struggle to narrow some of these down. Our Director's Award for choir, the Director's Award typically goes to a freshman or at least a new member who has made a positive impact on the program right out of the box. This year's recipient is Jamia Head. Our Outstanding Vocal Solo comes directly from the scores at EPCHS Solo and Ensemble Contest. We go through the sheets and say, all right, who's got that top score? And this year, this year's recipient is Brooklyn Holman.
I was very surprised.
Our Magical Award, Mads had a great performance season. We went and sang at Meyer for the first time. That was a fun memory. Kind of weird, but it was a fun memory. Our Magical season was very successful. It's always very important to our community. And it is something that, again, with all of the uncertainties moving forward to the folks at home, just please know that all of these performing groups, we have found out of the box and creative ways to make them work. So don't give up faith as you're wondering what's happening. This year's Magical Award goes to someone who really had to carry their weight and other people's. Goes to someone who basically had to carry their section on their own for just pretty much the entire performance season and almost the entire semester. Even gave up the swim banquet for a gig and didn't tell me until after it was over. That's how dedicated she was. So the Magical Award goes to Hope Mom. The Most Improved Choir Award this year goes to someone whose natural ability didn't need improving. But this person, even through remote learning, continued their knowledge of theory, continued to improve their performance practice, submitted every recording, every assignment, and really, really has grown as a musician over the course of the time that they've been in the program. Our Most Improved Choir Award goes to Aliana Garcia. The Arete Award for Personal Excellence and Vocal Achievement is, most of these awards preceded me. This one has always been someone who was really willing to push themselves. Even if it took a little while in their career to be willing to kind of come out of the shell and try new things. This is, again, someone that was really, really active even when we were working from home. Someone that kind of late in the game decided that, they felt confident enough to get up on stage instead of backstage and felt confident enough to audition for minors. and even was willing to jump in so that Hope wasn't by herself when it came time for solo and ensemble. So the Erectory Award for Personal Excellence and Global Achievement goes to Katie James. And the National School Choral Award is kind of the equivalent of the John Philip Sousa in the choir world. We have so many talented musicians and so many talented singers in this class. It's very, very difficult to only give one. But the rules, like the John Philip Sousa, actually say that we can only give one. This is someone who has always tried to further their knowledge of theory, their knowledge of different genres of music, and it's someone whose voice consistently has been pointed out by other people to say, boy, I just really love listening to that person. The National School Choral Award goes to Cameron Dunlap.
We're going to the band awards. There's a couple of band awards that will not be given this year, such as jazz awards. And there is not a band's choice award, because that truly has to be the band's choice. We just didn't get to do that. But there is a beginning of band award, and this person was really solid, and he's in our program this year. And our beginning band award goes to Isaiah Anderson. The Director's Award goes to a freshman. I had many fine freshmen. And the Director's Award for me, it's how are you, how are you getting better? How are you getting involved? This person did a solo ensemble as a freshman, and also participated in the musical. Our Director's Award goes to Aiden Harlan. Now, our most improved band member really should be no surprise, because he was actually taking Liam's and Declan's solo during marching season and concert season. And he's going into music, and I wish him the best. Isaiah Jones. Written Soul of the Year. Again, we use the sheets, and I before I give the winner, I want to say the runner-up because it was less than a point. So Angela, you came really close. But Sean Duffy edged you out. So Sean Duffy. It was like under a point. And Sean, I believe you played 2 solos, correct? Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we have our percussion award. And this goes to, it's called a Hurley Award. Hurley was the drum caption of the Rockford Band Regiment, and he was a mentor of mine. And our percussionist of the year, our Hurley Award winner, goes to a person who knew all the parts all the time for all the songs. Shannon Miller. Brings us to creative awards. We have the Quincy Jones Musicianship Award. Quincy Jones is a famous producer, songwriter. He's responsible for We Are the World. If you're hearing a lot of remakes of that, that's Quincy. So I'm looking at somebody who's really versatile in the band program, maybe not somebody who just plays their instrument, just many instruments, and plays on different stages, not just concert band, but maybe they play for church, maybe they play in a rock band. And it was like, yeah, Miles Hines. And then we have the legitimate consummate musician, the Leonard Bernstein Award. Leonard Bernstein, composer of the score for West Side Story. Leonard Bernstein, the conductor, producer of Pearl Harmonic. And this goes to a musician who always made our band sound better because we always have to listen down. That's Ian Moran. And that leads us to the runner-up Sousa Award, which is the Patrick Gilmore Award. Sometimes it'll go to a section player, but there's way too many talented seniors in this room who played instruments this year. So our Patrick Gilmore Award goes to Liam Canson. And that leaves the granddaddy of them all, John Philip Sousa. John Philip Sousa to me is not just how well you play your instrument, it's how you can lead others in the band to make the band better. It's really easy to play what you want to play when you want to play it, but it takes a lot of discipline and a lot of musicianship to really pull everybody around you to make the band sound better. And I've watched this person for 4 years, and I've always been impressed with the leadership and the sensitivity in which he talks to other people. And going to music ed, I think is a great thing for him. That is Sean Duffy. And that leaves us with the last award, which is the Arian Award. Now, the Arian Award, you have to be in choir and a band. And Mrs. Gazen will explain what we're going to be doing starting this year with our 4-year people and stuff. But I don't want to steal our thunder. I will say that the Arian Award, though, again, goes to a kid who made the band better and the choir better. And again, it's going into music ed and made the right choice. That's Leo Duffy.
All right. Yeah, so now, if you were wondering why Hope's here and she's not a senior, Hope has some presentations to make on behalf of the underclassmen for a couple of the organizations that she's connected to. So I'm going to look that stuff and you can take the microphone, okay?
Hi, so I'm I'm here because I ran a lot of the senior stuff this year. You guys know how organized we're doing that. But so first I'm going to talk about my color group seniors. You guys want to come up here? I have some stuff for you. As a group, I know Julie's not here, but yeah. As a group, we wanted to really represent our seniors because they did a really great job of being role models to our team. Honestly, every time there's something going on, there's something crazy, they were there. They were the best role models we could have asked for, especially when there was like so much change this year. And I couldn't ask for better leadership. And so I'm going to talk about Julie, since she's not Julie is quiet, but she's super sweet. Okay, you can talk to her about all your problems. She's always there to listen, and she's always there to laugh. And she was very reliable, and I respected her. So, for Julie. Olivia's been my friend since I was a freshman. She was always there to make me laugh. She's always there to make everybody laugh. Lighten the load a little bit. We're at a competition. We're stressed. Olivia's there. Lighten the load. Thank God. And I really appreciate you, Olivia. You made the hard times a lot more fun, and I really appreciate it. So. Each senior got a flag of their favorite color and put their name written in calligraphy, their favorite candy, and put the list on books. Next, I'm going to go to Shannon. Shannon, I'm really mad at you because you didn't do the first 2 years. Okay? You came too late. You're amazing. You brought so much talent to the table. Okay? You were always here with us, which we needed sometimes, and you were always there to make us feel better. We just felt so comfortable around you. You're like almost like the mom of the team. No one was gonna touch our team. She was there to fight. She was there to fight for us. And Shannon, I really don't think I could have done it without you. You're amazing. You're the rock. Okay. Siobhan, you've been my role model since freshman year. We came in and you were amazing. You were amazing even your sophomore year. I don't know how. You've always been on top of it. You're always there. You're always great. Dance, flag, weapon, you had it all. And even though you're amazing at everything, you were so modest about it. You were just there to help. Someone was confused. You were like, okay, we'll take it even slower. You need it slower? That's fine. We'll just keep doing it slower. Until they had it. You always made sure that everyone was on top of it and you were there for them, and you were a great leader. You were an amazing captain. I really. Thank you guys. All right, so now we have our minor tradition. And every year we make caps for our minor seniors. And they are personalized to their personality, their interests, everything. And usually we sing a song. I'm not embarrassing myself and sing it by myself. Sorry guys, it's not gonna happen. I love you. I printed out the words. So that's what we'll do. But if I could ask you guys to come up with social distance so I can present you with your hats.
Okay. I'm pretty confident I can guess. Their names are on here if you want help, or you Okay, that's not social distance. Right down this way. Right down this way if you want to see you.
All right. We're gonna start with Katie. Katie's hat.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. What's the cute little bow on Callie's hat? Cam Bam, here we go.
Yeah.
Isaiah. Today. All right. And Brock. Liam. Miners, I'm going to miss you a lot. You brought a lot of talent to us. And it saddens me that you guys have to go, but you guys are going to do amazing things. All right? And I get to leave you with this mess of a hat that you will grow to love. Thank you.
And make sure you take the song, guys. tradition alive as well. All right, we are reconnecting here in just a second. Here it is. Look at how messy my Google is. Here they are. You remember this picture already, because you saw it already. So, this would be that time where we're going to go ahead and call you up. We are going to quickly read the things that are on the screen for our folks at home. But again, this PowerPoint will also be available to you to download when you get home tonight or early tomorrow morning, so that you can keep that forever and ever. We do have a couple of seniors that are missing, that we're not able to be here tonight. We are going to acknowledge them as well. But Mr. Sanderson was just remarking at the big pile over there of four-year plaques. And that really, really speaks to the dedication of the class of 2020 that, you know, so many of you work 4 years, either in one activity or two. I had spoken in the beginning of the year before everything kind of changed, and talked about working to develop a distinguished performer recognition for those folks who are in two performing arts organizations, of the big three being band, choir, and art, to work to provide a recognition or honor that is in the same spirit as the varsity wall for our athletes. I do apologize to you that didn't happen before you left the building. But I am going to tell you that we are going to continue to work to develop the details of that program, and your class will still be the first class that we incorporate into that program, because I think it's a great way to honor just the number of you that have been that dedicated to the program for so long. You've really made an unbelievable impact. And so I'm going to tell you to go ahead and wait until we're done talking about the person, and then I do want to go ahead and blood rate each one of you individually, because whether you got one thing or 12 things today, you need to know that you have been so valued for your time, for your talents, for your energy, and for all of the unique things that you've brought to our program. So, without further ado, we start with Olivia Aldape. 4 years color guard, 4 shows, the stage debut award. Favorite performance is the closing night of Adam's Family. She wasn't the only one. Favorite piece, Move Toward the Darkness. And this is when you can start to awe at the baby pictures. Totally fine. Favorite memory was the closing performance of Adam's Family, because all of the work we had put in over the last few months had truly paid off. Her advice to all, in everything you do, give it 100%. And that's something that I definitely witnessed from Olivia, whether it be in the choir room at lunch, on the field, on the gym floor, or I couldn't have asked for a better AD for Charlie. Applause for this.
Sierra Black, 4-year band, 1 year in jazz, sold ensemble, 1 gold, 1 silver. Her favorite piece was movement 2 from the Marshall Walking Spiders. And her favorite performance was Destination Africa. She plans to go to Curry State College to study chemical engineering. Your favorite memory is meeting your best friend. Your advice, well, whenever everything becomes confusing, go back to the basics. Great advice. Sierra is also one of the most versatile band members we have here. She is a 7-sport athlete. She has a 7 out there. I'll look at it today. Plus 4 years of band. So she doesn't do anything halfway. It's all in. So congratulations, Sierra.
Isaiah Blaylock, 4 years choir, 4 years band, 1 year jazz, 2 years math minors, 7 shows, solo and ensemble, 4 gold, 3 silver, the unaccompanied minors award. Favorite performance, closing night of Adam's Family, like I said, you are loved. We actually were just talking about it this afternoon. I said, you know what, this came up a couple of times, but now I remember why. Favorite piece, lift up your voice and sing. Future plans, attending the American Musical and Dramatic Academy in Los Angeles. Favorite memory, the final run through Charlie Brown. Advice, don't do stupid stuff. It gets you nowhere. It doesn't get much more profound than that. And the Broadway and Chicago recognition is just a fabulous way to cap off a dynamic career on our stage, and we can't wait to see you on ours.
Angela Boss, 4 years band, 4-year choir, 10 solo ensemble, 7 gold, 1 silver. Again, she was our George Parks Memorial Martov winner this year. Her favorite performance was the choir performance at Disney Springs with Volcano in the background. Her favorite piece was the John Hurt speech with all of the group pictures in the background. Her future plans are to attend the University of Minnesota to study neuroscience. Her favorite memory was marching in Disney or any of the marching competition days. And her advice, quote, the key takeaway I learned from music here is it's a team effort. Everyone who put in their complete all to do well and sound good as an ensemble, but it means nothing if you don't put your effort together. Be patient, listen to those around you, and music will come easy. God, I'm proud of you. We have Angie Corner, 2 years in choir, 4 years in band, 2 shows, and he was our drum major this year. Future plans to attend the University of Iowa to study nursing. He was also in Oklahoma Partners for Chicago, I believe. So it was great. I always like to see other performers on their stages.
Sinead Dubin, 3 years band, 4 years choir, 2 years mezz and minors, 7 shows, solo ensemble, 6 gold. Favorite piece, the Miss Saigon medley. Favorite performance, final run through of Charlie Brown. Future plans, attending Belmont University to major in neuroscience on the pre-med track. Favorite memory, when we traveled to Disney, I spent the morning walking around EPCHS with my brother. Aiden bought me this huge chocolate macaron in France and waited in line with me to meet Alice in Wonderland, my favorite Disney character. We had fun and surprisingly had no brother-sister bickering. Her advice is don't be afraid to try something new and do what you feel you enjoy. Sinead has been doing shows since she was probably in preschool. At least it seems that way, for a long time, right? With Olivia and with Callie, outside of here. And one of my favorite moments with Sinead was when she decided to go ahead and audition for a show here. It felt really great that she was willing to share those talents with us here as well. 4 years choir, 1 show, Christmas Fire Remote Control. Her favorite performance was the last Veterans Day breakfast. Her favorite piece, I am with you there, girl. It's the Geographical Fugue. And 30 years from now, you're going to be able to say Trinidad and the big Mississippi and the sound on the roof and the lake. Good. Future plans at this posting were undecided. Her favorite memory is snowball. And her advice is do your homework and turn it in on time. When Jane came to lunch and when Jane was in class, I could always count on Jane to have good news to share. And Jane was a great person to remind us that sometimes it was, I had Cheerios for breakfast and they weren't soggy or whatever. Sometimes it was something that was that small, but that's exactly what good news is really supposed to be about, is to put that positive spin on things. Thanks, Jane.
Introductory, 4 years choir, 4 years band, 1 year jazz, 4 years as minors, 10 shows, solo ensemble, 13 gold, no silver, stage debut award, and the Show Must Go On award. Favorite piece for choir, let's sing, and for band, Spirit of Cashel, which did a great all sax solo. Good performance, you're a good man, Charlie Brown, recording. Liam's graduated at St. ISU to major in music education. His favorite memory is seeing and hearing people's reaction to his face as president. His advice, quote, if there's something you think you might want to do, go ahead and try. Even if you think you're not good enough, you'll never know if you don't try. That's great advice. Let's give Sean 4 years of band, 3 years of jazz, 9 shows, solo ensemble, 8 gold, 1 silver, Director's Award for band, early percussion award. So, David's performance was the final halftime show this year, and his favorite piece was written by Oliver, super cool jazz. Sean's plans are to attend ISU and study music education and do media composition. His favorite memory is watching Jaden flip backwards with the tenor drums on. And because of that, his advice is wear backwards. So, great job. And like I said, Sean was also instrumental in helping with the guitar class and kind of keeping that vibe where people can just play in the music department and they're not just constricted to written music, you can just play. So, very good.
Cameron Dunlap, 4 years choir, 4 years band, 3 years jazz, 4 years men's minors, 10 shows, 5 gold, 1 silver. Favorite performance, The Addams Family. Favorite piece, The Lake. Future plans, to major in mechanical engineering and find a way to make music down the road. Favorite memory, joining Madrigals and being reminded that I should have been in Mads to begin with. They're all shaking their heads.
Yes.
Advice, do all the music you can now, you'll never have another chance like the Kaisers. Music means family and key, and you'll enjoy music much more once you realize that. I have a lot of great memories with Cameron, but one of them that sticks out to me is when we did Step Up Day, and Cameron was talking to the 7th and 8th graders that came, and this was basically the message that he shared with them, was that, you know, of all the places, he felt like this was home and this was family to him, and knowing that that's always our goal, it's great to hear that back, so thank you for that. Sally Elwood, 4 years choir, 4 years men's minors, 8 shows, solo ensemble, 6 gold, 1 silver, outstanding performance award, director's award for chorus, the audience choice award, perfect solo award, ILE MBA 910. Favorite performance was the spring celebration, and favorite piece was the zombie jamboree. Future plans to become a teacher possibly, or figure out what works for me, attending the University of Iowa. Favorite memory, participating in Charlie Brown and lunchtimes during Shrek. And her advice is to find a comfortable balance that works for you. Callie brings unbelievable charisma to whatever room she's in and wherever she goes. There's lots of things that I could say about Callie, but one that sticks out is how animated she is and how excited she is to tell a story when she comes into choir. Good news was never just good news with Callie. It was always story time, and it was always a riveting story, whatever it was. She told. Aliana Garcia is not with us today. 3 years in choir, 5 shows, solo ensemble, 1 gold and 1 silver. Her favorite piece was When Dreams Take Flight. Her favorite performance was Banquet, Choral Fest. Her advice is, the best advice I can give you guys is to never give up and to always be yourself when it comes to choir. No one in this crazy group of friends will ever make you feel left out. I'll miss you all very much. Probably what sticks out to me from Aliana is the first day that she saw her 4-legged 12 or 13-foot self as the dragon in Shrek. When the dragon actually showed up, just seeing the look on her face when she got to see her. Her future plans for her to go to Moraine Valley for a year, then transfer off to a different college to pursue her music career. And her favorite memory, honestly, my favorite memory from choir was going to Disney and spending time with my friends in Florida, singing and having a blast. All right. Mackenzie Hill. Mackenzie's here, 4 years in choir, school activities, snowball, and leadership. And her future plans is to attend Moraine Valley to study elementary education. The memory that will stick with me of Mackenzie is when she was in the hallway giving the hugs and the high fives on behalf of the leadership group during that week. And Mackenzie always brought that enthusiasm and that positivity to the classroom.
4-year band, soul ensemble, 4 gold, and performance, the winter concert, and his favorite piece, Among the Clouds. Miles' future plan will be attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign and study economics. His favorite memory is running around the lake at Epcot.
That was not our favorite memory.
And his quote is, "Indecision is the thief of opportunity." I always enjoyed Miles sitting in the hallway jamming on the piano, and then all of a sudden, I remember one day he played the drum like, "What did you learn how to play drums?" "I play drums every week." Like, how do I know this stuff? So, again, congratulations, Miles. Great.
4 years choir, 3 years bads minors, 2 years band, 1 year guard, 7 shows, solo ensemble, 6 gold and 3 silver. Her favorite performance for the musical theater concerts. Her favorite piece, Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story. Future plans to study elementary education. Her favorite memory was belting Heathers before every show while doing the cast makeup since I never got to be on stage. And Cam Bam, the hamburger, Did I do that right? All right, I got it right. Her advice is don't wish for high school to be over because it's gone so fast and the real world is a scary place. So Brooklyn is a lot like Sierra in that if I were a college admissions counselor looking at their extracurricular resume, I would wonder, I would really have trouble believing it because they invested so much of themselves in so many different things. Brooklyn would come to Mads or Minors in her cheerleading warm-ups, in her softball stuff, running in like a crazy person, didn't bother to eat, didn't bother to do anything, but just made a commitment because she really enjoyed performing and really wanted to do everything that she could to make the most out of it. So thank you for your dedication. 4 years choir, 1 year Mads minors, 11 shows, solo and ensemble, 3 gold. Favorite performance, Disney. Favorite piece, 1650 Broadway, Aurora Borealis, or the Miss Saigon medley. Future plans, attending Marquette University, majoring in biomedical sciences and pre-med. Favorite memory, singing, Move Toward the Darkness from Addams Family for the first time. Advice, treasure every second because it'll be gone before you know it. Katie has always presented herself as mature beyond her years. And always sincerely caring. Katie, one of my favorite memories of Katie was when she worked with the group, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on their name. Help me. Down in the Southland. Thank you. With our theater group that would come and use our space. And Katie was so dedicated to working with those cast members to make sure that they had an awesome theatrical experience here, and I appreciate that dedication from you. Thank
you. 4 years of band, favorite Disney Parade, favorite performance, Disney Parade, favorite piece, Alvina, attend Iowa Wesleyan, he'll be attending Iowa Wesleyan University. His favorite memory is meeting everyone for the first time. And Isaiah's advice, follow your own path. Don't let nobody tell you that you're on the wrong path. You decide what path you're on. That's wise advice. Be your own person. Isaiah always gave me 100% and always tried. And I appreciate that. Isaiah, when you go into education, you know, just like you. And I think you'll connect really, really well with your students. I wish you all the luck in the world. 4 years choir, 4 years band, 2 years jazz, 1 year match, minors, 9 shows, solo ensemble, 8 gold, 2-time ILDA district ensemble, 2-time all-state band. Favorite piece among the pilots, favorite performance, conference team 2019 this year. Liam's plans are to go to NIU, major in combo performance, and go to grad school. His favorite memory was his room at Disney. It was fun to mess around with. I need to go to bed. Really good advice here. Stick to music. It's a very powerful thing. It's an amazing thing to be able to make. And it's a gift that only you can take away from yourself. You can take away your talent except for yourself. And Liam has a whole lot of talent. Congratulations and good luck. I cannot make it today, but 4 years of choir, 4 years of band, and played trumpet and my little bit. Beyond the best smile in the band. All right. So if you see this Beyond, you know this word. I always say this. Beyond is the best smile. She always made me smile. 4 years of band, and she's attending Moraine Valley Community College, and she's going to make a lot of people happy.
Sarah Meyer, 1 year band, 4 years choir, 5 shows. Her favorite performance, The Addams Family. Favorite piece, Lightning. Future plans, attending the University of Illinois and her band is Champaign. Favorite memory was Disney. And best advice was to push your comfort zone, but still do what's best for you. Sarah always brought insight to the classroom. Sarah's talent behind the spotlight and behind the camera were unsurpassed. I always enjoyed seeing Sarah's artwork because she's not only talented in the performing arts, but in the visual arts as well. So thank you for bringing both of those talents to our school and to this family. Thank you, Sarah. And 4 years choir, 4 years band, 8 shows, solo and ensemble, 3 gold. Favorite performance, The Lion King medley. Favorite piece, Aurora Borealis. Best advice, find your best pure lines and get inspiration from your experiences. Future plans, I'll attend Moraine Valley for 2 years to earn an associate's degree, and after that, I'll transfer to a 4-year university to major in animation film and minor in songwriting. Favorite memory, the trip to the beach, my sophomore year. Shannon brings creativity and energy wherever she goes. Shannon is always talking about the musical that she's writing, the web show that she's working on. I was able to see her AP portfolio for art and how she tackled some pretty difficult issues in a way that made them very accessible to people that viewed her artwork. So Shannon, we're very proud of your creativity.
4 years of band, basketball, EPCHS. Future plans are to attend Moraine Valley and study marketing and management. Ian Murray. Ian, 4 years of band, solo ensemble, 10 gold, no silver. Favorite performance, Winterguard Rain, marching band along East Spider. Favorite piece, my favorite too, First Sweet Class by Scott Olson. Advice, go treat others how you would like them to be treated. And no matter how bad life seems at the present moment, be optimistic. Life always finds a way to work out in the end. Ian's awards, most improved marching band in 2019, best rhythm solo 2018. His future plans are to attend the University of Illinois at Chicago, the University of Illinois at Chicago Honors College. He's going to major in biological science in pursuit of dental school. I have shadowed a local dentist for 9 years. His favorite memory, my sophomore year in his department went to Disney. When my group was in Hollywood studio, Billy sprayed water from his water bottle onto the pavement. As we were walking away, we looked back and the water was off. And Tanner scooping up the water. That's your favorite memory. That's awesome. That's great. Ian was always, he was the student. I will always say, Ian, how high can you jump? And he would jump high. He would never say no, and he would always take his suggestions and work with them. I always appreciated it. Great luck, and in about 5 or 6 years, I got the best. Great, thank you.
For the 4 years in Guard for favorite performance, Winter Guard Rain, Marching Band the World of Tomorrow. Favorite memory, my sophomore year in the music department went to Disney. Ian, Luke, Julie, Tessa, and I went to Magic Kingdom. When we were walking around, there was a fork in the road. Julie, Tessa, and I were on one side, and Ian and Luke on the other. When I saw Ian through the crowd of people, he was waving to me, so I waved back. Julie, Tessa, and I continued to walk around. A couple minutes later, we met back up with Ian and Luke. Ian told me he was actually signaling come here instead of hi. Be attending the University of Illinois at Chicago for the Honors College, majoring in Civil and Materials Engineering in pursuit of a civil engineering career. Accepting the Rosemary Burke Scholarship from UIC, participated in the ACE Mentor Program for 2 years, and was awarded the Design Build Apprenticeship during the summer of senior year. Her advice is you might get discouraged when you start with something new, but with practice and perseverance, you will see improvements. Siobhan has always been an incredibly dedicated performer, and it doesn't surprise me that this is her advice because it is her work ethic that is definitely her strongest quality that is going to make her successful in the future, and she's been a pleasure to watch on the floor or on the field for these 4 years.
4 years choir, 4 years band, 11 shows, solo ensemble, 3 gold, 4 silver, most improved marching band member, most outstanding drum major 2 years. Favorite performance, any Disney performance, and favorite piece along King of Spider. Yes, for future plans, attending the University of Iowa to study mechanical engineering. Favorite memory, the whole Disney trip. And her advice, don't be afraid to try new things, put yourself out there, and always get trip insurance. And that was important this year. Brooke was always the leader in the class. Mr. Gates, I take attendance, I do this, even if I didn't ask her to do something, she'd say, Mr. Gates, I did this. She's that kind of kid that takes initiative and figures things out before she's asked to do it. And that is such a great quality. Congratulations, and have a great
Julianne Shannon is not with us today. Julie has 4 years in choir, 4 years in Guard. So her future plans are to attend UIC to major in nursing. Julie, if you're watching, just one of the sweetest folks I've ever known. Very, very caring, not afraid to show emotions, which is an indicator of strength, at least in my book. To be okay to show that some days are good and some days aren't perfect, but that you can get through them. And Julie has always been a really, really caring and truthful. So thank you for her efforts. And 2 years choir, 2 years dark. Favorite performance, The World of Tomorrow Marching Show. Favorite piece, Phantom of the Opera. Future plans, dancing and studying biomedical sciences at Calumet College of St. Joseph. Her favorite memory, when I ordered a sweatshirt at a garden competition and they spelled evergreen wrong. Her advice, bring lots of water to band camp and always ask questions when learning drill. I had the pleasure of having Shannon both in the classroom and on the guard floor, and honestly, all it would take is for Shannon to come up and say, "Hi, Mrs. Mason," in the hallway, and my day was better. And so I'll always have that voice in my ear, and it'll help me get through those days that aren't perfect. So thanks, Shannon.
And 4 years choir, 4 years band, 7 shows, solo ensemble, 5 silvers. Favorite performance, The World of Tomorrow. Favorite piece, Lady Liz, Emily. Her future plans are to attend DePaul University, majoring in film with a concentration in directing. Favorite memory is winning first place in the marching competition sophomore year. And her advice is do not be afraid to try solo or solo ensemble. The experience is worth it, and you will gain a lot from it. I really jump on that and agree with you. Annabelle always brightened my day. She has a great smile, and she's quiet, but when she talks to you, she talks from her heart all the time. She's probably the most sincere human being in the whole band. I'm gonna miss our smiles and that sincerity. But good luck in the call. And I agree that the first place sophomore year was special for this group too. Thank you.
Trinity Watson was 3 years in choir, also involved in yearbook here at school. She plans to attend Aurora University to major in psychology. I was really happy to see Trinity come back to choir. She left for a while and she came back and said, you know what, I miss singing and I miss being part of this group. And so it was really a wonderful thing when she came back to us to go ahead and finish her senior year. So she will be missed. Thanks, Trinity.
Middle to round, 4 years of band, 2 shows, solo ensemble, 5 gold, most improved freshman. Favorite performance was In the Storm. Favorite piece was a drumline cadence and solo called Dig 2. His future plans are to attend Moria Valley to major in team design. His favorite memories is hand feeding a squirrel on the Disney trip with Sean in the Marines. You guys have quite a connection to that trip. And his advice is do not somersault across the football field. You'll cut your leg. Don't ask me how I know. But you'll probably need a back brace. Talk to Sean about that. My biggest memory for Bill is I really appreciate when I see students who have a passion for playing music. You guys know that. I love when you love to play. Bill loved to play drums. Not just any drums, marching drums, you know, where. But you know, he really loved to do that. And no matter what, he made sure he could do that. And I really respect him for that, sticking out all 4 years just to do that. But that goes for all you guys. I love the passion that you have. And again, nobody can take away your talent for yourself. Keep playing, you know, as much as you can. Congratulations, Bill.
If you're at home or if you're here in the room, give one more huge shout out, please, for the class of 2020. Those that are in the room with us today, as I told you, the Music Boosters had a surprise for you. They typically would pay for your meal and the DJ and the photo booth props and all of that stuff that would typically happen at the banquet, but they certainly wanted to leave their mark with you and give their thanks to you. So they put together a memory book for you. That is one for each of you, so before you leave, make sure that you take this. They've gone through and found some some of those best pictures of all of you that you're gonna be able to take with you today. So if you see a music booster, and that's a neighbor, you see them in the neighborhood, make sure that you let them know that you appreciate them. I'm gonna leave those up on this table. On the housekeeping end of things, again, seniors, if you have fundraising things that need to be taken care of, I will meet you once I turn off the live stream. And to everybody in the room and to those at home, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to kind of reflect back on a year that was unique, but really, really special in a lot of ways. There were some amazing things that happened. There are some amazing memories that came out of this year. Seniors, you have been an integral part of that. And so have all the folks who are watching at home. The folks that are watching at home right now are the ones who are going to keep this program moving so that when you come back to visit to see a concert or a football game or a show, that you're going to have something that you want to see. And you helped to mentor that and develop that. And so we appreciate our seniors for that. And all of our folks at home, we're looking forward to all of those new adventures. Some may look the same, some may be completely new and exciting. But regardless, there are two things that I can tell you are always the same. Even though there's a lot of things that aren't right now. I mean, let's face it, right? There are two things that apply to this group of people that are always going to be the same. One is you have talent, and you have talent to share with others. And as our motto has always shown, you have lived up to the responsibility that you have to take that talent to change lives. Sometimes in small ways, sometimes in huge ways, sometimes from home, sometimes when we're all together. Regardless, you have taken the opportunity to change lives. If you're watching from home, we're going to keep doing it. And it might be from home, and it might be together. Who knows? But we will continue to do it, and we will provide those opportunities for you. So all of you, think about all the different directions that you're going, the potential that you have to change lives with your talent. It doesn't have to be a major. It doesn't even have to be an extracurricular that you get any kind of credit for. It could be an open mic. It could, who knows what it is. But make sure that you keep using that talent to change lives. And the second thing that you're always going to have is the people in this room or the people that are watching from home. Because these are people that you've relied on this year, for 2 years, for 4 years, whatever it is. And a family that you've built through positive and some challenging experiences. But isn't every family like that? Any family that's strong, anyway. And so know that we are always here for you. Seniors, we love it when you come back to say hello. And we'll always be here for you because this is a second family. We've always intended it that way, and we really appreciate that you went up with it. Do you have any closing thoughts? Cool. All right. Ms. P, do you have any closing thoughts? Awesome. Mr. Sanderson, do you have any closing thoughts?
Thank you, everyone.
Cool. Thank you so much for being with us tonight, whether you're at home or here in person. You're all awesome. Be safe. Have a great fall and the rest of the calendar year. Let's make sure that 2020 is memorable for lots of great reasons too. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night.
Wait, let it.
See you.
Bye, guys. Bye, everybody.
Not too late.